what other business model can you start with no experience, no capital invested, go for an online program, and that's all you need and you're good to go, right? And make 20, 30K. That's fucking insane. Per month,
Yeah.
that is as well. Imagine going from $0 to $20,000 in just 1 month, and then proceeding to make another $30,000 the month after that, and then another 30, another 30, and another 30. Well, that's exactly what our student Carl has done. In this student interview, we're going to be sharing Carl's story on how he found out about OFM and OnlyFans management, how he joined our coaching program, his thoughts before it and after it, and his entire journey on how he has become so successful so quickly. And yes, those are some real numbers. When he started OFM about 3 months ago, he was making $0. He had no models. He was completely brand new to the business model. Fast forward to now, he's making over $30,000 a month with just one model, which is absolutely nuts. So hope you guys enjoy the video. This one is definitely a lot to take away from. So Carl's links and all the links will be down below as well. If you want to reach out to Carl and ask him from himself, what his experience has been like, feel free to check out the links down below. If you want to apply for our coaching program as well, there's limited spaces, but there'll be a link somewhere probably down below for that as well. Other than that, enjoy the video. This one is absolutely wild. So yeah, enjoy. So the same as everybody always, I'd like to, first of all, get you guys to introduce yourself. So who are you, Carl? And where are you from? And what is that you do?
Yeah, yo, I'm 24. My name is Carl. Yeah, I'm from Estonia. And yeah, I've had quite a journey, and I've been doing a lot of sales, some marketing here and there, just with my personal brand. And yeah, just 3 months ago started my OFM journey.
Cool.
So,
Okay. So before 3 months ago, then, what were you mainly doing? What was your main thing?
I was literally like, so pretty much a year ago, maybe a year and 3 months ago, I started my own NFT project. And I was on Hopium. I thought I would like get rich off of that. And I put all my money into that. I quit my job and like just all in. I lost everything.
Sure.
Then I went to do some random labor job on a ship and just like built the ships or whatever.
Yep.
And then I had like March. Then I stopped. I had like a few thousand saved up, and yeah, I just wanted to do something again, like NFT project, kind of something like that.
Yeah.
And then I spoke with a friend of mine. He mentioned like there's this thing called OFM. And I was like, damn, I know these girls are making a killing there. Like, what's the cut? Or like, what are the agencies getting? He said 50-50. I was like, no shit. Okay, all right. Then I went on YouTube the same day. And then I just saw you. And I saw a bunch of other guys as well. And I don't know, you just seem the most like legit guy out there. And I just immediately bought the course and I went to Fiverr, bought the website. And yeah, that's where it all started,
Okay, interesting. Wow. I think yeah, investing all your money and going all into a NFT project, that's quite a lot. I'm assuming like at that point you weren't like making a lot of money, right? Or were you?
No. I was at that time. I was like working at a web design agency,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was like a 5,000 a month, something like that. Yeah.
So you just thought, fuck it, let me just gamble it and go all in this NFT event. And
No, I was making the NFT project myself. I just but yeah, essentially, yeah, I'm like fuck it, yeah, because I thought it would be. I thought it would be like one in a million.
a big success. No, of course, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is why I also, whenever I do like a podcast or whenever a young guy asks me like, hey, I'm young right now, I'm 17, 18, 19, I'm broke, what should I do? My answer isn't OnlyFans management, because not everybody wants to fucking do it. However, it always is a service-based business. Like you should build a business where you're providing a service to somebody else, because that you can't really fuck that up. You can't really go wrong with that. Sure, you can have your clients could have a bad experience as such, whatever, like 1 in 100 or whatever. But overall, you as a business owner, you can't really fuck that up, because all you're really doing is you're trading your time for money. And when you're starting out, you should have a lot of time. So it's good. I'm glad you chose OFM. So that was about 3 months ago. And prior to that, by the way, you had no experience with like OFM, or you had some experience with social media marketing?
Like OFM, yeah, I had no experience, but social media marketing, like as little as there can be, more like a personal brand. I had grown my own TikTok account to like 20K followers, and
Mm-hmm.
like that's about it. I
Mm-hmm.
just was playing around with it,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing too crazy. Yeah.
Okay. And what was your first initial kind of impressions of OFM, just in general, like the business idea? Did it make sense? Were you confused about it, or you're like, fuck it, yeah, that makes sense, let's do it?
It actually it made a lot of sense. Like literally, when I understood that like 80% or like 90% even comes from the chatting, then it made a whole lot of sense to me, because prior to this I didn't even know that there was an option that you could DM these girls on OnlyFans, you know. And yeah, I have like three years of sales experience, so I knew that I could use that experience to just make the scripts and just, you know, start milking the milking the guys over there in the chats, you know. And that's what I did as well. Like first 2 to 3 weeks I was like every day for like 12 hours I was there and chatting with the guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into that, right? So I always want to try and kind of keep these in a chronological order, right? Like as your journey has
Yeah.
progressed. So let's go back to 3 months ago. Yeah. So at this point, you have no
Yeah.
idea what the fuck is OFM. You obviously have no clients about it, etc. You stumbled across it on, or your friend mentioned about OFM. Then you went on social media or like YouTube. You found me and a bunch of other guys. Curious as well, but I just genuinely for my own sake, what made you kind of look at me compared to everybody else and be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go with this guy? Was there anything in particular, or?
I mean, y- your funnel was just the best.
Okay.
Like genuinely, your funnel was very good. And I don't know, it's just like the way you spoke and like the way the other guy spoke. I don't know, you're just seemed the most genuine, and like it actually like seemed like you knew what you were talking about. And like yeah, you were, I think, yeah, with your SMMA thing, you were actually doing the coaching before as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of figured that you would have like the course would actually like, you know, you would have experience and it would be actually a better course, you know. Like
Gotcha.
obviously all of this stuff you're speaking is probably out there for free as well. But I don't know, I just like it just saves a lot of time if it's like very in a chronological order as well,
Yeah.
and you can always go back there. You have the PDFs as well, I can read them, and it's just
Perfect. Perfect. I appreciate you saying that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best way I present it as well, like courses in general, right? Nobody has to buy them. Nobody needs a course. However, all that course really does is just takes all that information out there for free and just takes the best bits of everything, the bits that actually work, and puts it into one
Yeah.
concise bit that you can just go through in a week rather than going through it in months. So
Yeah.
cool. Anyway, so you went ahead and signed up. And what was your first kind of first day, first week, first month like with your agency?
Yeah, I'd say first couple of weeks, yeah. So yeah, I paid the Fiverr guy to make me a website, and yeah, because I had kind of a following already here in Estonia, and then I started just doing TikTok lives, and because I knew that in TikTok lives the people would start asking me, you know, what do you do? And then yeah, I just did fake it till you make it. I was like, yeah, I have like 7 models already in my agency, which by the way I don't recommend doing, but I mean, if it works, it works. You know, if you know you can like help the model, then why not? And yeah, then one model actually reached out to me, and I didn't actually know she was a model at first, but we just started talking and we met up at a party, and then we kind of signed the other day. Yeah.
Interesting. So you initially started with like TikTok live streams, huh?
Yeah. I just started doing live streams talking about, you know, whatever, just getting myself out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, every live I had like 100 people watching, and
Yeah.
probably in an hour, five to 10 times people asked me, you know, but what do you do exactly? And
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
was just explaining, you know, the OFM model,
Cool.
and yeah, that's where it
Cool,
all
man.
started.
Cool. Very interesting. And you mentioned as well, I think you had already a small online brand, right? Already like a small online presence in Estonia.
Yeah, in Estonia, once I had 20K on TikTok, then it got banned. Then I had another account, 10K, it got banned. And when I came back to Estonia,
Yeah.
now the latest I had 3K, and
Yeah.
I started doing those. And then,
Perfect. So the reason why I wanted to double check and ask that, by the way, because a lot of people, including people in fucking Aura, right, in our own coaching program, a lot of people, they are too afraid to put themselves out there on social media, right?
I,
It doesn't need to be about OFM or, you know, OF, but just in general to build a personal brand. Because imagine you didn't have that, bro. I mean, it wouldn't be impossible to sign a model, but you wouldn't maybe get your first model that quickly.
yeah,
Which is interesting. And you obviously thought, fuck it, well, I already have some followers. Why don't I just use that as my advantage and just go with it?
yeah,
So cool.
exactly.
Okay. You met with her in person at a party, I think you said, yeah. And then you went ahead and signed her up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Then we
cool.
just yeah, we talked about it a little bit at the party, and then yeah, like in a couple of days we met up. Then I already had the contract ready, and
Cool.
yeah, we just talked it through,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we went ahead. Yeah.
And just for everybody watching, of course, just to give you some context. So was this girl completely starting out on OF, or was she already on there?
No, she actually had been doing it for almost a year. So I think the average month would have been for her like 400, $500 a month. Like the best would be like over 1,000, maybe a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But the last couple of months had been like a couple of hundred. Yeah.
Kind of doing it like part-time, and so, like I'm guessing she was like a student working and then she was doing this.
Yeah, she was working at a strip club actually,
Okay.
and yeah, doing like part-time strip club, part-time OF, but
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
And again, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people watching this thinking like, how the fuck did you get her to sign up with you, right? Obviously I'm not asking you or expecting you to share with everybody like exactly what you said and what you proposed. But what do you think helped you sign that model? Because obviously the first one's always the hardest one, right?
Mm-hmm. Good question. Yeah. I mean, bro, I just looked at what you had on the course, you know. I took some parts of that. Then I enrolled in like a university program where they go to United States to sell books every summer. Maybe you heard of it, maybe not. It doesn't matter. Then they have this selection process over there as well, uh, which I did. I used on my model as well. So it's like I didn't give her an impression that everyone can come to my agency, you know. It's like we actually like we're very selective. You need to put in these hours as well, so it doesn't make you look desperate, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's a big key as well. That don't make yourself like look desperate or
Love that.
whatever. Yeah,
It's so
and
true.
yeah, and other than that, yeah, just showed the results, and I don't know, just spoke with confidence, you know. I literally knew it was going to work, you know, because
Yeah.
I had seen the course, you know. It's so like simply put out there that I knew that if I went through it step by step, that it,
Yeah.
it had 0% of chance of failure, you know.
Yeah.
That's it, you
And
know.
I think you mentioned as well, you had some sales experience, right? Prior. So like a
Yeah,
few years ago, right?
yeah.
So, and I'm sure without even you realizing it, I mean, you know this, that the best thing that sells is confidence. When you speak with confidence and you come across confident, it doesn't even matter what you're selling. People are going to trust you and believe you, right? Or at least,
Yeah.
you know, it's going to help people trust and believe you. So it's so true, especially in person when you're dealing with potential clients. If you just portray yourself as very confident in the thing that you're selling, yeah, God, they're already over the mark. And then let alone then you just show them some results. Yeah, done deal. And the first thing that you mentioned as well, it's so true. Human psychology is so interesting. We want what we can't have, right? We always desire what we can't necessarily get. Or things that
Yeah.
are difficult to get, we want even more, right? So when you make your agency seem kind of difficult to get into or let alone even apply for,
Hmm.
all of a sudden these models will want to work with you even more. Whereas if you do the opposite happens, right? So if you're like, hey, if you want to work with us, click here, apply. We're hiring. We want more models.
Everyone can join. Yeah.
Correct, right? Then it doesn't. Oh, or even when you do a bunch of outreach, right? And it's like you send a message and it's like a paragraph saying how you're looking to take on another model. It doesn't quite, like, Rolex is never going to do that. Rolex is never going to message you or me say like, hey, we've got this new piece coming out. Do you want to buy it? It would devalue
Yeah.
the brand, right? One little interesting thing I just remembered when you mentioned that as well, bro. One podcast, this is like one of the first ever podcasts that I done about a year ago or so.
Hmm.
I remember on that podcast, I literally said word for word, like, we don't take on models. Like the stage where we are at back then, we don't take on
Yeah.
any more models who are doing less than $10,000 a month already on OF. Like if you're doing less than that, I wish you all the best, but we wouldn't take you on because it's not worth our time. And what's interesting is ever since I said that on that podcast, I had more messages than ever before from girls messaging me like, hey, I know I'm not doing quite 10K, but I'd love to work with you, this and this. Which is then what we actually partnered a lot of these models with you guys in Aura. But again, the reason why I mentioned that is because I made my agency kind of difficult to get into, right? So, hey, look, if you're doing less than 10K a month, which most girls are obviously, especially ones that are watching YouTube videos and podcasts about OnlyFans, it makes them want to be a part of it even more. But anyway, bro, so you got your first model. That's fantastic. Yeah, talk us through kind of the first week, first month. I'm assuming you obviously had no chatters. You're just doing it all by yourself, yeah?
Yeah. For like the first, I would say 3 weeks, yeah, I was doing the chatting all by myself. Which literally, again, like 12 hours a day, just waking up every day because I had to figure it out by myself. Oh, by the way, just for context, yeah, my model is Estonian, and like pretty much 95% of the revenue is coming from Estonia. So yeah, I had the scripts ready just from the internet, from your guys' course, from some other places. I had to translate the scripts into Estonian, but you know it's dirty talking and it's texting. It doesn't quite. I can't put it into Google Translate and just translate it. You know, I had to test a lot of stuff. Then once I kind of noticed that there is a stable, like every day I would get like $300-400 plus, then I actually knew that my system is working, and then that I can actually hire chatters, you know. And then I just put like an Instagram story out there. Again, I have like 2K followers, not a lot, but yeah, I just said that you can earn this and this much if you want. You know, you can just text me, and then I just trained them myself. Just like them shadowing me shadowing them for a couple of days, and then then they were ready to go, and they're making like more than they would like working a regular job. So it's a win-win, really.
And these are guys in Estonia, I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, I have guys, I have girls as well. So right now I have like probably like 10 chatters, and yeah, on my best models account, there's like every day 17 hours a day. There's always a chatter on there. So yeah, when a new stop comes in, we're ready. We're ready.
Good stuff. Carl, you've honestly done like textbook what we asked you to do. Like it's so far, it sounds fucking perfect, bro. Because I think a lot of people as well, and this goes for any kind of business, bro. I think you said earlier, you know that I used to do SMMA, right? And I used to teach that as well. And I think even with that business model, a lot of people, what they struggle with or done wrong is they would start the business. And obviously the core component of the business itself is doing the paid ads or doing the social media marketing. And what a lot of people would do is they would hire somebody straight away without doing it themselves. They would hire somebody to do that for them. And the problem is you don't know who you're hiring. They might be fucking terrible, but they look good to you because you don't know what you're doing. With this is the same, right? You might hire a chatter who you feel like might be doing a good job, but you have no idea. Right. So you need to do it yourself. So that's perfect, Carl. Yeah, very good. So that was your first model in the first month. After 3 weeks, you got your first chatter, by the sounds of it, yeah?
Yeah, something like
that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And kind of talk to us from there then. So let's just say the first month is done now. Also in terms of earnings, if you don't mind sharing that, what kind of was her earnings like from the first month?
I actually have it in my presentation. Let me visualize it for myself. I think it was like first week we did like 2K. Then the second week we did like, or the next 10 days we did like 7K. And then the first month in total was like 20K. And the second month was like 30K. And now we're steadily on 30K as well.
Absolutely crazy, bro. And
again, it really is. It's insane to me. It just makes no sense. It's all in Estonia as well. Like you're from Latvia as well. You know that like Estonia and Latvia is pretty much the same as well. There's
Not
Like
a lot of money.
they're not wealthy countries, you know, but somehow like all the discounted products in the grocery stores are bought out, but like the pussy is still sold at premiums.
Pussy
It's
sells.
crazy, you
It's so
know.
true, bro. It's so true. And again, just to remind everybody, right, for some context, this girl was on average making about $500 a month
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
herself.
yeah, nothing crazy, like 2K on Instagram, 2K on TikTok, and like that was about it, you know. I mean,
And then first month of your agency, 30,000.
20, yeah,
20, yeah.
20.
And then now,
Yeah,
yeah.
and the next
Uh-huh.
now 30, yeah.
Absolutely crazy, bro. And what kind of percentage are you guys on as well with her? Is it a 50-50?
With her, yeah, we're doing 50-50. And actually, I don't know if I would recommend it, but yeah, since it was my first model, uh, I used it for closing the model. So yeah, I took her best month, which was like 1,000, and I said to her like the first 1,000 we make every month, you're gonna get it like commission free, and after that we're gonna make it, you know, the 50-50 commission. So that just took some pressure off of me, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't like take money from her, because that's the most she had made anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I just used this little trick for
No, it's
closing,
smart. It's smart.
which results me in making a bit less money now. But in a grand scheme of things, you know, 30K is just probably, yeah.
Correct. Long term. I think that's another thing. A lot of people don't think about long term. They just want money now, right?
Yeah.
But bro, sometimes you have to. I mean, I even said this, like if somebody's watching this and they're really struggling to get your first model, because that's the hardest part. As long as you get your first client to work with, then you have the case studies, the results, and experience. But if you're really struggling to get that first one, bro, like worst case scenario, just try and offer something where it's like it's only 50-50, or it's 40-60, 60 for the girl, or even the first month you do maybe for free if you're really struggling, right, just for the first month. But I think a lot of people, again, they're just in the mindset of like, no, I will wait till I get that first model. But hey, here's what it is. That's
Yeah.
your story so far, Carl, is crazy. So last part, then give us kind of a bit of an update onto where you are at now then. So you say you have roughly about 10 chatters in Estonia. Any more
Yeah.
models or still just the one?
Yeah. So I have like one model we started like I guess like mid-April, and this is something I wouldn't recommend many do. She did not have an OnlyFans before, so I know pretty much no social media presence as well. But like in a month, we got her like TikTok account to 1,000 followers as well. It depends, by the way, on a model case. Like if a model does like three tik if a model does TikToks a day, I think like 1,000 followers in a couple of weeks would be fine. But yeah, the TikTok lives is where like most of the traffic comes in for us at least. And she's doing right now, I think, yeah, 4 or 5K a month, something like that. So that's another model. And yeah, now I'll have 2 models just about to sign now as well. Yeah. But yeah, most of my revenue is still coming from the one model.
And
Yeah.
they're in Estonia as well, the second model.
Yeah, everyone's like local for me. Yeah, I haven't really done outreaching like at all, to be honest. But yeah, they're local. I think, I don't know. I just in my head I like working with local models, right. And yeah.
You're right, bro. I think there's so many benefits. There's pros and cons, of course, same as anything, of working with girls in the same country as you. But I think the pros massively outweigh. Because the fact that you can meet them in person, right, that builds trust way more, and retention.
Yeah.
The girl will work with you for a lot longer once you can meet them in person. Obviously, time zone is great because you guys are in the same time zone. For example, one of our biggest earners right now, she's in Australia. I'm in Dubai, so the time zone difference is quite severe. And funny enough, the chatter for that model is in the UK. So there's 3 different time zones, right? I mean, we're still making it work, but it's a bit annoying. Whereas having everybody in the same time zone, really good. Cool, man. I think I think you shared your story very well. I think your story itself is fucking incredible, bro. And it just goes to show to people what is achievable, right? So I think even for me, bro, even for me, when I first started and I was meeting, I don't know if you how familiar you are with my story and how I got into OFM from SMMA, but it was kind of a similar story to you, where it wasn't necessarily like somebody told me about OFM, but it was like in person, I just naturally saw it myself. And I would see these girls, they would show me their fucking earnings, and I would just be sitting next to them. I'm like, how much are you making? And at that point, I was making like maybe the same amount, but like doing all these different things, working with like 20 different clients, doing social media, Facebook, Instagram. And this girl's out here taking some titty pictures and making the same as much as me. I'm like, what? And it's just crazy. And I think a lot of people, they might watch this video, might watch this interview, and I really do. I really would love for people to message you, Carl, if you don't mind, because I
Yeah,
think a lot of
no,
people
fine.
still probably won't believe it, right? Because like, what other business model can you start with no experience, no capital invested, go for an online program, and that's all you need, and you're good to go, right? And make 20, 30K. That's fucking insane. Per month,
Yeah,
that is as well. So
yeah.
all
I
the
mean,
power
if
to
I
you,
was
Carl.
watching that, if I was watching that, I probably wouldn't believe it as well. I
100%
mean,
same. It sounds like bullshit.
yeah,
Sounds
but it
like
is what it is.
or what it also sounds like, it sounds like, oh, 1 in a million. Oh, Carl just got lucky. Bro, Carl, you're in a
Yeah,
fucking private Discord community. All these motherfuckers are making so much money. It's so funny. But cool.
yeah.
Carl, honestly, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. For the YouTube video, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Again, I'll leave Carl's links down below. If you're a model watching this, this is definitely your chance to at least apply to Carl's agency. If you're a guy watching this and you're interested in the coaching, there'll be links down below to go ahead and apply as well. Cool. See you guys on the next one.